Good evening, everybody. Hi, my name is June. I just want to say a thank you for joining me this evening on a Wednesday. I know that you have taken time off just to be here. You could be watching Netflix, but grateful that you're all here to join me. So I'm aware, just looking through the list, that there are just people from different parts of Australia, in Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, in Hong Kong, Kuala Lumpur, and Penang. So welcome everybody today. Today, I just want to share a little bit about my TR90 journey. What is actually TR90 all about, and why is it so effective, and what are some of the key benefits there are to this program? So before I kickstart into it, in the next minute or so, this session will take about maybe 20 or 30 minutes of your time today. So let me just quickly start now with my next slide. So here you can see, this is my world in the last 10 to 11 years. I got married when I was about 28 years old. In 10 years, fast forward, I then conceived a little girl. Thank God for that. And in the third picture, you can see Sarah is actually just 1 month old there. And it is quite normal for me to then put on a little bit of weight because you just brought someone into this world. I was nursing her at that point in time. And, you know, people always tell me that when you are nursing someone, a little baby, you're going to lose all the fats in due time, because that's just natural, right? As you're breastfeeding, you lose your weight. So fast forward 10 months, in the next picture there, Sarah is getting bigger, but my weight has actually become the same as what I was when I was pregnant, and it was continuing to increase. And that's when I realized that my metabolism actually has changed quite a bit, you know. And what I noticed as well is, at that point in time, I was having a lot of cravings for sugar. I had about at least 5 to 6 cups of Milo a day. It was like the best thing, and the thing that I looked forward to every day. And that was not something that I used to do. And because I have never been a person that was overweight throughout my life, I've always been quite thin. And even if I did put on a little bit of weight, I've always been able to reduce my weight just by skipping a couple of meals or doing a bit of light swimming and exercising, and I'll be able to, to take off 2 kilos quite quickly. But today, at this time, it was a bit of a different thing for me. It was a game changer in the sense that I realized that although I tried the same methods of exercising and cutting my food intake, it never quite worked. So this is a picture on the left-hand side, was a picture that was taken by a good friend of mine when we asked her over to take portrait shots of me and my family with my little Sarah. And it was when I noticed that I really have put on quite a bit of weight. And it was not a coincidence that when I do see people on the street and people look at me and say, "Oh, hi, when is your next one due?" And I would usually just smile and walk away, or I'll say soon, and get really embarrassed and upset about it because I'm not actually expecting anything at all. And that was just how I looked like. And I didn't know what to do about it. So thank God I met my friend Joyce in Penang, who then introduced TR90 to me. And that 90-day program was the best thing that has actually happened to me. You can see on the picture on the right that I've actually lost 20 cms off my waist and the abdomen area by sheer taking care of Sarah, doing very light exercising on a day-to-day basis. So needless to say, I am really happy about the results. I look a lot younger, and I was a lot more energetic as well to be able to run around with Sarah. So when that happened, it obviously led me to then get quite curious about what actually causes people to gain weight, and even myself for that matter, and what's this thing that causes obesity. So I just want to share a couple with you today. So the first and very obvious one is muscle loss as we age. Now we lose about 3% of our muscles on a year-to-year basis. So if we eat the same amount of food and our muscle is reducing, it means that your metabolism rate is slowing down. You are going to naturally put on and gain a bit of weight. When you eat a lot of supper, that will obviously cause you to put on a bit of weight. Working under pressure and stress eating, that always causes you to put on a bit of weight because you're just munching and munching just to try and fight off stress. High calorie food, fried chicken, your burgers and your fries, things that are high in calorie are generally very tasty, but they would also then cause you to gain a bit of weight. The next one is childbirth, and that's exactly what happened to me. Put on about 10 kilos and more after giving birth to Sarah. And lack of physical activity, just not moving a lot, not moving enough on a day-to-day basis will then cause you to put on weight. Sedentary lifestyle, which a lot of us actually do experience in this time and age. Another one is not eating on time. So this is something I did as well. When I was putting on a bit of weight, I then try to skip meals, and have just one meal in a day, thinking that, I only have one meal, I'm not going to put on weight. But actually, you're eating a lot more because you're so hungry by the time you start eating. And that is just going to whack your metabolism out of phase. And the next one is just doing improper weight loss methods, which is trying anything and everything under the sun to try and lose weight. And that includes things like taking sleeping pills. Oh, sorry, not sleeping pills, weight loss pills and slimming pills. So many people struggle to overcome weight problem, and your transformation actually is more than just a number on a scale. It's actually a lot more than that. It's actually looking at your body fat and the composition in your body and how your shape looks like. I'll give you an example of this girl on your left-hand side. They're both the same height, same weight, but you can see the girl on the right-hand side. She's a lot more toned. She has a lot more muscles. Muscles are generally takes up less space in your body. So she looks a lot more sculpted. She looks more toned. She looks a lot healthier as well. And same with the guy on the right-hand side. Same height, same weight, but the guy on the right is a lot more toned. And nowadays, when you walk around, when people look at you, they don't ask you, how much weight have you lost? People look at you and say, oh, you look really good, that you're toned and you look well. So this, people don't actually look at the weight anymore. The next thing I want to share is about visceral fat. Now, visceral fat is actually organ fats that are actually stuck usually on your trunk and your abdominal area. So safe to say, if you have a bit of a belly, you will have quite a bit of visceral fat in your body. And why is that alarming and something to be to take note of? Because your visceral fat actually increases your rate of heart diseases, high blood, as well as diabetes. It's the cause of these symptoms here. And the other thing to note as well is people who are skinny can also have very high visceral fat, because what happens is the visceral fats are actually fats that are stuck onto your heart, your liver, your arteries. And these fats that are stuck in your liver, you can't see them sometimes when you look at a person physically. And they are very hard to get rid of, because you're talking about fats that are on your arteries. How do you get rid of them? You really need to do a massive amount of exercise if you want to get rid of those visceral fats. So safe to say, high body fat is the root of all diseases. If you have very high body fat, it's going to then cause things like your high cholesterol, high blood pressure, your hormonal imbalance, arthritis, and etc. This is the article that I picked up from the ABC News. And what it actually depicts here is that overweight people are generally susceptible to more respiratory illnesses. And this is proven time and time again that, if you are overweight or if you're obese, that you're twice likely to actually need treatment if you come in contact with COVID. And it's alarming that in Australia, 2/3 of people are generally either overweight or obese. So what is TR90 age lock tech? So age lock technology is actually an anti-aging technology that focuses on 3 gene expressions. So we're looking at your fat metabolism, whereby in this program, what happens is it actually increases your fat burning rate. It looks at your lean muscles as well. So it helps you maintain and increase your lean muscle. And it also helps you control and curb your appetite as well by shifting your body chemistry in your body. So that was me precisely. And what happened was, when I was on the program, I had all this craving for sugar, which I knew was going to be very hard for me to rid of. But when I was actually on TR90, for whatever reason, like the supplements actually helped control the appetite of mine. So it makes the weight management program very easy to follow, because the gene expression that is actually being targeted is effective, and you can see results quite instantly. So what is actually age lock tech, and how is it compared to traditional slimming? So when you have traditional slimming, what happens is when you lose weight, you're actually losing not just fat, but a lot of muscle as well. And what happens is when you lose the muscle in your body, your metabolism then goes down. So it becomes a bit of a cycle. Once you stop the diet and your metabolism is down, you're going to slowly put on weight again. What age lock does is as you are losing fat in your body, it maintains and increases the muscle mass. So after 90 days, as you are going around your day-to-day basis, doing your own things, your metabolism is heightened and therefore you will continue to burn and continue to lose weight as well. And that's what I've actually experienced. So age lock TR90 is actually listed in your physician desk reference. And physician desk reference is actually a Bible that all American doctors uses when they're prescribing medications to their patients. So TR90 is actually the only weight management program that is found in your physician's desk reference. What that means is if a patient is not keen to go for medication, they have a choice and the doctor is able to prescribe TR90 as a way for them to keep fit and to stay healthy. So this is actually the only program that is in the PDR. Age Lock Tech has also been featured in Discovery Channel. And we all know that Discovery Channel only features things that are very cutting edge in technology. And there's no way that you can pay to get yourself listed in on the channel itself. So to be featured not once, but twice, does speak a lot about the age lock tech that is found in the TR90 program. And it's a testament to how cutting edge the technology is that's in TR90. So if you have not actually watched the documentary, I'll really encourage you to go and Google up DNA, the next wave, just to get a feel about what age lock is and how it can help you. So what is TR90? TR90 is actually the #1 weight management program that's found in Malaysia, as well as in Singapore at the moment. Some of the key features of TR90 is you don't have to starve. And I can attest to that because I was actually nursing Sarah at that time. And everyone knows that when you're nursing, you need to eat a lot so that you can produce enough food for your little baby. So there was no starving. I was constantly having food. There's no vigorous exercising that's required. I basically went around doing my day-to-day at home, taking care of Sarah, cleaning. And I did a 1-minute plank when I remembered to do it as well. There's guaranteed no side effects. The products is listed in the PDR. It's completely natural, and I'll show you what the ingredients are later. You are also going to be healthier after your fat loss. You feel a lot more energetic. That's how I felt, very more positive and a lot more energy in my body and a lot more confident as well. There's no rebound in weight. Now, I've done this program quite a while ago, and instead of my weight going up, it has actually gone down a little bit more because the metabolism has been heightened. So what is TR90 products? The products are actually made out of this 5 component. It's made out of your Jumpstart, your Control, your Fit, Trim Shake, and R2. I'll go through them one by one. So TR90 Jumpstart is actually like a Kickstarter. What happens is it primes your body and it increases your metabolism and your fat burning rate. And you can tell from the ingredients here, you have things like saffron, which is a really expensive ingredient found in the Jumpstart, your pomegranate, red orange, as well as prickly pear. So these are all ingredients to help prime your body to give you a good head start for a weight management program. Now, this is sachet, it's only taken in the first 15 days of the program as well. The next one you have here is a supplement called Control that you take in the morning and night. Control actually helps just curb the food appetite, but it's not just curbing you and you get miserable and upset about it. It actually helps to change your mindset and actually helps you to be quite happy. So although I wasn't having my 6 cups of coffee, my Milo, I was actually feeling quite good. I wasn't actually upset that I was not having that Milo at all. I could actually go on to do other things as well. And Fit, this is a supplement that will help increase and maintain the lean muscles that's in your body, like what we talked about in earlier as the age lock technology. And it's made up of things like your red orange, your onion extract, your green tea extract, things that will help heighten your metabolism. And you can tell that they are all natural and they're all fruits and vegetables in here. So TR90 is really a dietary supplement, really more than a drug. R2 is also a supplement in this program, and it comes in 2 different bottles. Your R2 day actually recharges you and gives you a lot of energy in the day. And what happens is you will feel that you have a lot more energy to do, whether it's exercising, whether you be more alert at work. It helps you to keep very sharp in the day. And at night, it actually gives you a really good deep sleep as well. So I've heard that people who actually have insomnia actually really benefited from the R2 supplement. TR90 Trim Shake is a meal replacement that is done during your dinner meals. And this trim shake actually is made out of very good and lean whey protein. And it gives you quite a full feeling. So you can actually take a trim shake and not have any more food at night for dinner, and you will be actually quite full as well. Now, this trim shake has actually won a Monday Selection Gold Award. And what this award means, it is actually the same as your Michelin star for food, but Monday Selection Award is actually given to beverages. So safe to say that I've taken and tried 1 or 2 protein shakes before, and this one, I can assure you, it actually tastes quite good. It comes in 2 flavors, the chocolate as well as a vanilla. Now, I just want to share a couple of testimonials as well with you of people who has undertaken the program. Now, Joyce is the lady in Penang who has undertaken this program about 4 years ago. And she still looks as stunning at today when I've seen her. And she still looks very good. She still looks young. Joyce is the same as me. She was the mother. And after she gave birth to her little girl, Zoe, her metabolism went out of whack. And TR90 just helped balance her hormones. She also suffered a bit of gastritis issues as well. And TR90 actually helped her resolve that. Now, after I've lost a bit of weight, my husband, Ben decided to go on the program. Now, Ben has quite high body fat, but I think what was more alarming for Ben was his visceral fat level was really high. And that suffers actually from gout, which is pain in his hands and his legs and his joints. And if you ever had gout before, you will know that if a blanket sweeps over your hand, it is really, really painful. So his gout attack has been happening quite a bit. And once he started TR90 up to today, thank God, Ben actually has not actually gotten a gout attack at all. And not only does he look younger, he feels a lot more energetic. It has actually improved his health because the fat around his organs have all been reduced, as you can tell from his visceral fat level. This is my mom, who also undertook TR90. Now, you can tell from my mom, she's only lost, you would think, oh, it's only 5 kilos, it's not a lot. But when you look at that photo, you could tell that her body is so toned up. And that's a testament to what TR90 actually does. It actually removes the fats from your body and it increases and maintains muscle mass. So as you go around doing a bit of exercising, it actually heightens up all this muscle creation that's happening in your body. This is my uncle, who's also undertaken the TR90 program just quite recently as well. Look at him compared, his left and right photo. He looks so much younger in November 2021. The age lock technology did not just work around his belly and remove those fats, but his face and all, he's firmed up his face. He looks so much younger. He's so much healthier as well. Uncle of mine actually has got sleep apnea, and he uses a CPAP machine at night for his sleep. So funny story here is his machine actually broke midway when he was doing his TR90 program, and he didn't have time to fix it, or did he even bother about it? And he just continued sleeping. And thank God he actually was able to sleep well, even without the CPAP machine to help him breathe. So, and that's also a testament to the health benefit that he has gotten from the program. Along with that, he's got a bit of a knee pain as you age. That generally happens, and when you have a bit of weight on your body, it puts a lot of pressure on your knee. And at the moment, after TR90, he was able to walk a lot more uphill without feeling a lot of strain on his knees. So that is another benefit that he has gotten out of the program. So Sonia is another friend of mine who's undertaken the program. Sonia has done all sorts of dieting, from intermittent fasting to, to keto and everything else, skipping meals. She's done everything, and she's never been able to lose more than 1 kilo in a year. And Sonia managed to drop 5 kilos through 90 days. And not only that, she's slimmed and toned down, and she's got her clothing size down from a 14 to a 10. So that's just from TR90. And, and because the metabolism is heightened, she is just going to continue to look better and better and better. Now, the next person actually I want to introduce to you is a dear and very, very good friend of mine called Arti. And Arti is a friend of mine for many, many years now. She has also undertaken a program and completed it quite recently. Arti is a mother of two, as you can see here, but I'm not going to steal her thunder. I'm just going to let her share away what she's going to share with you. So over to you, Arti.
Oh, thanks, June. Can you hear me all right? Yeah? Okay, well, this is my first time of ever sharing in Zoom meeting, so apology if I don't do it perfectly. So firstly, I would like to say thank you to June that introduced me to TR90 and for me to be able to share my experiences with you all. Okay, so I would like to start by letting you know how I gained weight. Okay, so this is my family, and how I gain weight is because I got a perfect combination on weight gain. Okay, I work as an accountant, so I sit on my butt about 8 hours a day. The most exercise that I do in the office is walking from my little office to the printer and back. That's about it. And I'm also a mom of two and one husband, and always busy. I came home at 7 o'clock, and then I still need to do cooking, cleaning, and everything else, preparing for tomorrow. I have no time of actually doing any exercise. And to make it worse, my passion is cooking and food. Literally, I talk about food. I dreamt about food. Even during my downtime on my bed, I Google on how to actually cook and what things to basically cook tomorrow, on the weekend and everything. So what a bad combination. And as a result of it, in 12 years, I gained more and more and more and more and more. So to the fact that I think when I took a group photo, I always hide myself behind my kids. So I suppose I do realize that I'm actually getting a bit bigger without actually acknowledging it, that I want to do something about it. So I did try a lot of things as well as the others. I tried going to the gym at one stage. I dedicate 4 days a week to actually get a result, but 4 days a week to go to the gym is just not sustainable for me. And at the end, I'm a dropped out basically and stopped the program. I did try the no carb diet. I eat less, intermittent fasting, which I couldn't do because I need to concentrate fully at work. And I found that when I did that, I made so many mistakes that my boss wasn't really happy. So I dropped that too as well. I did a home online gym type of thing. And again, it's just not sustainable to get a lot of result in a short amount of time. So my conclusion on various things that I actually did is, I said it's just impossible. I just label it as impossible. Now, about 2 years ago, I visited, like they said, when you being 40, you need to do this annual checkup with your GP. So I did, and the result wasn't that good. So the GP wasn't very happy, and he was like, okay, Aarti, your cholesterol's very high. You got high blood pressure. So my GP put me on a medication. And after 2 years, I think she finally said, Aarti, you need to lose weight. And what happened is I just laughed at her and was like, can you ask something that is possible? Because losing weight is just impossible. I tried different things and it's not gonna happen. So I laugh at her. I feel very embarrassed now, but apparently it's doable. Now, so about 6 months ago, June was starting, just like, oh, Aarti, I've done this. It's really good. It works for me. It's gonna be helpful to you. I was like, oh, okay, cost-wise, and then also like time-wise, can I do it? It's just impossible. I don't think I can ever do something like this. But about 4 months ago, I decided to do it as my last resort because, I want to be healthy for my kids, and as they're growing up as well, hopefully I live longer because I'm healthier. Now, so I trusted June. I'm not like you guys that you guys been informed of what is TR90. I don't really kind of like get into it. I just trusted June. And for once in my life, I put my health as priority. So I did that. And now, before the TR90, one of the requirement is to take picture of myself and then measure various things that I did not measure before. I don't even have scale in my house. It was in my storage behind that I haven't used in 2 years' time because I'm in a denial mode, okay? So when I look at my photos, then photo doesn't lie. My mind keep on lying to me that I'm not that big. I'm okay, I'm not skinny, but I'm not that big. But the photo show me the truth. And when I jump into the new scale that I bought that measure everything that I don't want to know, actually give me like shocking figure. I think the thing that shocked me the most is my body age. And I'm 42 years old and my body age shows 74. So, I mean, like, that's older than my mom. So, and why did I get that much? Like, how is my body age become that old? It's because of the body composition that I have. I have the BMI of 33.4. I got a lot of visceral fat. 10 is not a good number, okay? The lower is the better for visceral fat. And my body fat, 46.6%. That's a lot of body fat. And according to the category, my category is obese number 2. So yeah, so that's basically me before TR90. So I get a bit of a mental shock of how my body is. And I told myself that I have to make the most of this TR90, because if I can't even do this thing, there won't be any hope for me to ever lose weight. So then I started the program, thanks to June. So now, as you can see the result, and some of you I met in person, and probably can see that the real change in me. The results speak for itself. I was so impressed by it, and it is the easiest program that I have been in. And the good thing is, 90 days, 12 kg. 90 days, 12 kg. That is epic and awesome. So in terms of, like, I like to see it in a real life thing. I lost 12 kg. Most Asian will buy rice, right? The 5 kilo bags of rice, 2 of those and probably almost a half. 2.5 bags of 5 kg rice. That's how much extra weight that I've been carrying with me everywhere I go. So, it's a really mind blowing. So how did I get to that 12 kg? If I can share with you my personal experience, first thing I do is I trust that the supplement works, and it will do its part on my body. But one thing for sure, everybody's body is different, okay? Some lost it at the beginning, some lost it at the end. And you just need to trust the system. I started doing the program with kind of like a little bit of skeptical, and I was like, yeah, right, really, I don't tell anybody that I'm doing this program in a way that I'm seeing whether it's working or not working. But now I can testify that it works. And yeah, so everybody's body is different. Just trust the whole program to the 90 days. And food-wise, although I have some cheat days, okay, not that June likes to hear it, but I do have some cheat days, but only keep it to the minimum because I want the best that I can do in 90 days. And I also did develop a meal plan that suit me and my family. So I still have Asian food, everything else, and then I still eat what I like in a very different way of doing things, if I can say. In terms of exercising, what can I say about that? All right, I hate exercising. And when my husband said, you walk, and I said, like, how far? Like, I'm really, really scared of walking, right? So I started walking about every Saturdays, only once a week. And a Saturday morning, I tell myself, I'm going to start walking. And then I start gradually losing weight, So then I increase a bit more, a bit more, a bit more. Now, every couple of days, if I can, so this is not like you have to do it like this. So if I can, after work, I go walk around the block for about 2 to 3 kilometers, which is, you know, like before I was so scared to just walk maybe like 1 block, that's it. So I do incremental exercise. I keep on challenging myself and doing a bit more. But you know what? For me, it's only walking. I don't like running, I don't like skipping, and I don't like planking like June, okay? So I think the key is to find something that you exercise that you enjoy, because if you enjoy it, you will want to do it more and more and more. So that's basically in terms of exercise. So what happened now? I finished TR90 about what is it, about 3-4 weeks ago. And then with all the Christmas eating, the Christmas catch up, the New Year's party and everything else, I managed to lose an extra 2 kg. So, and my body age even get reduced by an extra 4 years. So, I mean, like, yeah, it's amazing because TR90 kickstart your metabolism, retrain yourself in the new eating habit, develop new habit, especially in terms of, for me, is exercising. And I know more about my body and how what I eat affected on how, you know, like I know more about my body. So what do I do now? I just continue with the habit. Finish the TR90, the habit stays with me. Eating wise, you know, exercise, you know, staying active things, and I want to maintain to take care of my body. So so the conclusion is I love it. I really enjoy it. And it's easy to do. It's natural. It is achievable, and it's sustainable after the program ends. So thank you again for letting me share my experience.
Oh, thank you very much, Aarti. That is such an incredible sharing. Thank you so much for sharing your heart and your soul into it. And you know, every one of you, you could attest to how young Aarti actually looks real life. I was just telling Aarti that she looks actually a lot thinner than the photos that she's given to me, because she must have obviously been carrying out this new habit of her. And I think what I really loved about what I heard is, it's not that, you know, the program, it doesn't just go on for 90 days. It actually brings you beyond 90, because you've developed all these great habits. You know, you still enjoy your food, but you just enjoy them differently right now. So thank you, Aarti, for sharing experience with her. So next, I'm just going to move on to how do you actually take TR90 effectively? I'll just quickly run through this with you. So there are guiding principles on how you want to eat. And we go by this green, amber, and red. So green meaning it's good to eat, take it all the time. Amber means it's moderately high in fat, sugar, and salt. So take it in moderation. And red, try your best to stay away from them. So this is a little sort of diagram that shows you, you know, the better methods of eating. Like if you could stick to your steam, your frozen, blanch, simmer, those are like the best to do. Grilled, steamboat, baked, those are still okay, but they are highly, they're a little bit high in your sodium. So you can still take them, but the red one, we try to steer away from them because they have a lot of oil. And just to give you an example as well on the kind of food that we eat, you know, when we eat a hard-boiled egg, there is really just 77 calories in it. It's as opposed to like eating an omelette, you know, there's like 101 calories in it. It's a lot higher. You know, when you have greens, if you steam them and stir fry, it's a lot less than if you have it deep fried. And you go for plain rice, it's 200 calories as compared to fried rice, where every grain of the rice is actually covered, you know, with oil. That's actually 700 calories. So one bowl of fried rice, one bowl of, you know, of plain rice, it's quite a difference, isn't it? And your steamed fish, there's only 80 calories as compared to a deep fried fish, almost 300 calories in there. And also TR90 is also suitable if you're a vegetarian. If you don't actually take a lot of meat protein, there are plenty of vegetable options out there that are completely suitable, and there are plenty of people who have done it before. You know, go for your spinach, broccoli, cauliflower. They are all very high, good protein options if you do not actually consume meat. Now, An example of a TR90 breakfast is you need to, we go for all food groups. We don't leave any food groups out because we want to make it healthy and sustainable after 90 days. So you have a bit of your carbs, your protein, and a fruit for breakfast. And at lunch, you still have your carbs, your rice, you have your meat, and you have your vegetables and fruits as well. So it's very full, and it's very rounded as well. For dinner, we mentioned before, there is a shrimp shake. The shrimp shake comprises of your carbohydrate and your protein. And this is something that you would take throughout 90 days. And this is actually the one that actually will help you build your muscles in your body. So take it every day. It keeps me full for most days, but there are days where I just feel like eating something, So I'll go for a salad or just a plant-based protein and fruit at night. So just to go through again what the TR90 features are, TR90 do not require starving. So as I mentioned, we continually eat on a day-to-day basis. In the day, just got to eat healthy. No vigorous exercising is needed. If you enjoy walks, like Arti said, go for your walks. If you like planks like me, do the 1-minute plank. But just do something that you enjoy so that it's sustainable for you. There's guaranteed no side effects, as we've gone through the ingredients of all the individual products. They're all completely natural. You're healthier after fat loss. I mean, I don't have to say much. Just look at Arti, really. She looks so energetic. She looks so healthy and so young as well. And there's no rebound in weight. Look at Joyce. Joyce has done it many years ago and she's not put on weight. I've done it quite a while back as well. And we've managed to maintain the weight loss because the program has actually kicked our metabolism rate up. So TR90 is actually the #1 weight management program for many years in Malaysia as well as in Singapore. And yeah, so through this program, I've really actually just discovered the best version of myself. When I had Sarah, that was the best thing that came into my life. And then fast forward, put on a lot of weight and realized that I need to do something about myself. And the picture on your right is just a picture of me and my husband today, living a very active lifestyle where we can, plenty of energy to go around looking after Sarah and being very happy and confident as an individual. So thank you very much for staying and listening to my sharing as well as Arti. I hope that the little that we have shared has benefited you and has added value in the half an hour. And I'm so sorry that we've gone over time a little bit, but I'm sure that you have gained quite a bit from it. So thank you very much, and I'll see you again. Bye.
Now take my hand, stop it, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And now I'm singing like, girl, I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room. And now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. Well, I'm in love with your body. Well, I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. When we came, we let the story begin. We're going out on our first date. You and me are thrifty, so go all you can eat. Fill up your bag and I fill up the plate. We talk for hours and hours about the sweet and the sour and how your family's doing okay. And leaving, getting a taxi, kissing the backseat, tell the driver make the radio play. And I'm singing like, girl, I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room. And now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on. Come on, be my baby, come on.